name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're watching the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Oh!
It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! We'll do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Boom, here it is. What's going on? Hello, everybody. It is Cody here for Rasslin Rage. It is the special edition State of the Rage. I'm your host, Cody, and joining me tonight is nobody. Flying solo tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No big deal. Lots of people doing lots of things tonight. I understand. It's a big night in our area. It's cruise night. Everybody's down there watching the sweet cars go by, and I can't say that I don't blame them. So, hey, it is what it is. But here we are for the State of the Rage, where I'm going to go over all the content for the past month on Rasslin Rage. Could be a great time. Awesome, right? And we're also going to talk about some things that we can look forward to next month in the month of July. Make sure you smash the like button. Definitely do that. That'll be in over there somewhere. And then you can subscribe down there. Awesome. Do all that. Make sure you also scroll down into the description. You can check out the donation link. Hey, look, it's not expected, but everything that you donate goes into the show. So, good stuff there. Also, scroll down in there. You can find some affiliate links for WWEshop.com as well as High Spots. Also, down there, you can find a link for ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage, where you can get a sweet Rasslin Rage t-shirt. Quite a bit of people around here have them. And my buddy Josh, he has my awesome face on one of his t-shirts, so you can get one of those there too. Don't forget, Rasslin Rage has Facebook and Twitter at Rasslin Rage, where you can go over there. If you're catching this on Facebook at a later time, you can head on over to r2youtube.com to head on, r2youtube.com to come to the Rasslin Rage channel on YouTube. Subscribe and all that good stuff. Mondays and Wednesdays are upload days on the Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. Premiering on Monday, the Dread King Logan versus MM3. Definitely going to be a good one to watch. Check that out. That's from Detroit Style Wrestling Show Afterburn that was held in Wyandotte, Michigan on the 22nd of June. Then on Wednesday, my interview with Frogun. Yes, sir. Frogun D-Ray 3000. Let me put this up here. Bam. Come on. It's being slow today. I don't know why, but there it is. D-Ray 3000. That's right. My interview with D-Ray 3000 will go up on Wednesday. You can check that out. Good dude. I really enjoyed that interview. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. Good stuff. I really enjoyed sitting down with him because he really went through his whole career with that. So good stuff. But listen, we're going to talk real quick about an indie. And then we're going to get into all the rage where we're going to talk about all the stuff that had to do with Rasslin Rage. So here we go. Yeah, it's being slow tonight for some reason. Anyways, there we go. Good stuff. Xtreme Bombshells of Wrestling will be taking place on July 6th. I got to move over so you can see me. At the American Legion Post A in Port Huron, Michigan. According to the powers that be, match announcements will be coming in the coming week. So pay attention to Blue Water Championship Wrestling and Xtreme Bombshells of Wrestling on their Facebook pages. So you want to know that stuff, check that out. PKSA Port Huron is officially closed for the holiday weekend. So in order to get your tickets, you need to head on over to the American Legion Post 8, or you can go to bwcwstars.com. Now, I'm sitting down with the British Amazon Heidi Katrina before that show, so if you see me there, definitely say hello. Now, because it's the State of the Rage, I'm not really going to do a lot of indies. I'll talk about that because I'm going to be there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go right into All the Rage. That's where we're going to talk the State of the Rage. Yeah, so there we go. All the Rage, State of the Rage. I really need to get one made for the State of the Rage. I just need money too, right? So one thing I want to say is I've really been focusing on interviews, right? Getting a lot of interviews going. I've been booking some guys. If you've been paying attention to Facebook, I've been putting it out there, confirmed. I got times and ready to go. So, and I usually try to do the interviews on Mondays and Tuesdays because right now those are days that I have to do those things because I do things on other days. But really good stuff. So first of all, let's talk about the interviews that came out this month, right? So first off, right out of the gate, we'll talk here. Brian Wellington, right? Real good dude. Definitely dug sitting down with this guy. Hey, what's up there, Mr. Russell? Former JCW heavyweight champion. He talked about I asked him about getting in the ring with Sabu, which, that's a big name, but that's just one of many with him. If you go and you look at some of the matches, AJ Styles, Necromancer, Chris Sabin, just to name a few, it was really cool to just talk to him and talk about a lot of things. And talking about Horror Slam and, Metro Pro Wrestling and all these different organizations and everything that he's been involved in, in JCW as well. So that was definitely a great interview, and I really enjoyed sitting down with him. And I look forward to, sitting down with him and just talking about his time in JCW specifically and not so much his whole career, just his time there, because he did a lot of cool things there too. And then, so, next up, guys, right into it. Dickie Watts, man. Dickie Watts, cool stuff. He is in Proving Ground, and I don't know, if you haven't been watching the show, and maybe you have, but maybe you're not familiar with XICW's Proving Ground. By the way, plug, right? Whoop, there it is. How it goes is you have rookies and you have vets. Rookie can be, a rookie could be in the business for 10 years. If they have never been in XICW, they're a rookie. So vets pick rookies, they do teams, and they compete over a series, just like on TV. So his vet is Aaron O'Ryan. We talked a little bit about Aaron O'Ryan, and definitely, like his experiences with Aaron O'Ryan, and, Proving Ground, how he's enjoying Proving Ground, because he's fairly new to the business. He came out of the House of Truth and trained with Truth Martini. We talked a little bit about that as well. So, check that out, and another one, and I really enjoyed this interview, even though we didn't get the video on it, because he was on the road coming home from a match that he had in Ohio. But Tommy Vendetta, the Prodigy. Now, interesting thing that, I found out during this interview is that Aaron O'Ryan himself is the one that gave him the nickname, the Prodigy, which is pretty awesome, and Aaron O'Ryan is one of his trainers. I do believe Xavier Justice over there at Pure Pro Wrestling. They have a wrestling school. I believe it's in the Flint area. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but I'm sure you can find that information online. And, according to a lot of guys, and I'm going to be real honest here, and this is not me just, trying to stroke anybody's ego or anything, but you're going to find over the next few interviews that start coming out, when I ask them a question. I say, who's the guy? Who's the guy that nobody's talking about that they should be? Who's the guy they should be booking? And I mean, a lot of guys are saying Tommy Vendetta. So this is the guy you're going to want to watch. This is the guy you're going to watch, because if all of his peers are telling you he's awesome, there's something there, dude. You know, so definitely you were going to want to check that out. Then Chase Solo came in there. Chase Solo, I don't know if you guys know who Chase Solo is, but if you want to get to know him, you definitely need to watch the interview. Now, Chase Solo is part of Future Great Wrestling down there in Hamilton, Ohio, which Cody Hawk, I've done an interview with him. Cody Hawk is head trainer down there and part of that, but Cody Hawk trained Shay Solo, okay? Shay Solo. And I got a quote right here. Shay says, if you want to learn how to wrestle in the state of Ohio, you go to Cody Hawk. So, quote unquote, but he is part of Future Great Wrestling, and he told me that you know, it's good stuff down there. And we talked about a training session with Cody Hawk. We talked a lot about wrestling and with him coming up, and just how and why he got involved in professional wrestling, which was really cool. Now, listen, those are the ones that you've already watched, or you can watch. If you didn't watch, go watch them, you big dummy. But listen, really cool here. Coming up, you're really going to dig this. Coming up, the Dread King Logan, right? DSW, Detroit Style Wrestling, World Heavyweight Champion, the Dread King Logan. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yes. So look out for that. That's going to be coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. But also, you know, we already talked about it. But the Fro Gun, right? D-Ray 3000. If you're not familiar with him, D-Ray was in TNA. Facebook's telling me I got an ad approved. I don't know why it's approving ads. I'm not trying to get no ads. But anyways, but he was in TNA. He wrestled in WWE as well. So that's cool. But Dread King Logan, so I sat down with him as well. He's also wrestles in BCWA as well as a few other organizations in the state of Michigan. So you're definitely going to want to check him out. And then another student of Cody Hawk and another member of the Future Great Wrestling roster, Kid Bullet. I announced this one. I put it out there that I was doing this interview, and there was a little bit of backfire from some of the Ragers out there. I don't know if they were happy with it or what, but hey, he's a wrestler, so I'm going to interview him. So we talked a little bit about, his training with Cody Hawk and, how he got involved in professional wrestling and, just his journey to where he's at now and traveling and different things like that. Definitely a good one. And then lastly, for the end of the month, you're going to find this one's going to be sweet. The man, the 7 Mile Destroyer, Isaiah Bronner. Now, interesting tidbit. I'm going to give this one up. All right? Interesting tidbit. I found out during the interview that it was Billy Gunn that recommended to him, Isaiah Bronner, that he look into professional wrestling. So we talked a little bit about that as well. And we talked about, coming up, he played football and different things like that. I don't want to give out too much information because then you won't watch the interview, right? So, make sure you check out the channel for that upcoming month of July, right? So, and listen, dude's a beast. And we talk about his training too, because wow. I mean, he is a beast, and he trains a lot. You see a lot of his videos online that he's posting when he's out training and stuff like that. Now, I have confirmed interviews. I'm not going to post pictures for him, but I have confirmed interviews, and those you're not going to see those ones in July. You'll probably see those ones, going into August, June, July, September, somewhere in there. But I got interviews coming up with Sam Beal. I'm going to be sitting down with him at Proving Ground on July 14th, I believe that is. Then I got Big John Murray. You might know him. He was on VH1, Rock of Love. And then, he was all, he's, man, security guard for the Stars, man, dude. Dude's, yeah, Big John. dude, he's an awesome guy. Let's just put it that way. The War Boy, Dre Jacobs, got him on there. Blake 182, I've already sat down with him once. I want to sit down with him again because I wasn't ready for him the first time, and now I think I'm ready. So, and then we're gonna finally get this one done with Mongo. You know, Mongo over there, another rookie for Proving Ground at XICW. And then I'm currently working out the details with 5MW leader Sean Casey. Sexy Sean Casey. Where we got the day, we're just working on time. And once I have the time confirmed with him, I will put that out there that it is confirmed. Definitely looking forward to all the upcoming interviews. Oh, and today just confirmed, just put that on. This is why I was writing this earlier today, but Impact Wrestling star Rohit Raju. All right, so you're definitely, Desi Hit Squad, you're definitely going to want to check that one out, man. I'm very humbled by that. It's awesome. Just really awesome. But, so now let's talk about some guest hosts, right? We have live show every Friday, 8 o'clock, which, by the way, I'm going to have to figure out something. I'm going to have to move it. I'm going to have to move the live show. There's no way around it. And the reason being is because WWE is moving to Friday nights on Fox at 8 o'clock. All right, so I should move. This is my live show, and I'd rather go somewhere else on a different day. Just my thing. But let's talk about guest hosts for a second. First of all, let's talk about who wasn't on the show in the month of June. No Josh, no Danny, and no Master Weir in the month of June. But we did have a master by the name of Master Taylor. So Master Taylor, who is a new initiator, or what do we want? She's part of the Cool Kid crowd now, joining us at the XICW Proving Grounds in the VIP booth. So she was on the show, Master Taylor, and we talked about a lot of different things on the show. It was a good show, and I always enjoy having her on the show because we talked about, obviously we talked about her brother. We talked about some of the matches upcoming for that was coming up for the memorial show that has already passed. And we talked a lot about just wrestling, which is cool. And we talked about women in wrestling, and it was just a good time. It's always fun having Master Taylor on the show. And, you know, hey, listen, dude, I got to tell you, this guy right here, he is one of my favorite guys. That's right, the Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone. This guy is just awesome. All right, I talk to him all the time, and we just talk about life, and he's really cool. And he guest hosted the show a couple weeks ago. He came on, we talked, and he did a small interview with me on the show as well, which was cool. And then we talked about wrestling, we talked about everything. It was really cool. And then at the end of the show, what was really cool is he answered questions from people in the chat, which there was a lot of people because he is very popular and a lot of people like him. And then last week, one of my students at the Dojang, we call him Q. He is Quentin, but we call him Q. And man, this kid is full of spunk and energy. And I'll tell you what, I have no doubt in my mind that this kid is going to be famous someday. And I only hope that I'm part of it. You know what I mean? But he definitely shared his thoughts on things with AEW. He's not a fan, apparently, which, hey, each to their own, but that's all right. But we'll find out. I'm going to AEW's this weekend. Maybe he watches. It's free. Who knows, right? And then this week, no guest host. As you can see, I'm flying solo. We can just kind of pretend nobody's there. Now, listen, I don't really know everybody in advance, like who's going to be on the show that far in advance. It's just, I don't like trying to put people on the show unless, I can get people. But I do know that on next week, there we go, Master Weir will be on again for his record-setting 8th time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Master Weir appearing on Rasslin Rage for a record-setting 8th time. You know, if I had a bunch of money, I might be able to afford like a cool jacket like they do on Saturday Night Live, or maybe like a cool 24/7 belt. No, it wouldn't be cool if it was a 24/7 belt. But if it was something, I just don't have money for that. But it would be cool to do that. Maybe someday it happens. Who knows? But 8 times, man. 8 times. Definitely cool stuff. I'm always excited to have him on the show. But the specific reason why I'm having him on the show is because it is exactly the day before Xtreme Bombshells of Wrestling on the 6th at the American Legion Post 8 in downtown Port Huron with Heidi Katrina. You know, so Shauna Reed. You're definitely going to check that out. And the reason why we're going to do that is we're probably going to have, we should have matches by then, because the powers that be say they're going to start announcing blah, 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 those matches. So definitely want to keep an eye out for that. And we're going to go over those matches when he's on the show. And then we'll also be talking a little bit about Proving Ground. Now, we don't have Collector's Corner on the live show anymore, but we do episodes of Collector's Corner from time to time. Q brought some stuff last week, and he wanted to show it off. So he showed it off, and we recorded a Collector's Corner just for him. And he showed off his Seth Rollins Intercontinental belt signed and his Seth Rollins 8x10 that he left here. And I still have. I think like there's a 24-hour rule, Q. I think this is mine now. I'm going to probably put a poll on Facebook and take a picture and be like, should I keep or give this back to Q? What do you think? But, yes, we had a Collector's Corner, which was pretty cool. And so we got shown. And then we opened up a box, too, which I had. I got the Young Bucks LJNs. I'm not going over there. They're way over there for that, which was definitely cool. But you guys definitely going to want to check all that good stuff out when it comes out, you know, for our new stuff. And, I'm messing stuff up here, trying to get it to go away. Look at that. There's Master Weir again. Okay, there you go. Messed it all up. Cool. All right, but, so, yeah, next week, guys, look forward to the Dread King Logan. Well, MM3 match for the Detroit Style Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Shout out to Roughhouse Rob, by the way, who sounds like is stepping away from the ring because he has some health issues. I'm not going to get into that because, you know, that's up to him to you know, I know he told everybody at the show, but, you know, I believe he said he had a seizure behind one of his eyes, I believe it was. So he's going to step out of the ring, and that match was canceled, and that's why MM3 stepped in. So big shout out to Roughhouse Rob, and you know, best all the well wishes and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk just real quick about Rasslin Rage and some of the things that I want to do going forward. There's a lot of things that go on up here, and I have to keep notebooks, and I write stuff down, and there's notebooks all over the house with notes all over them. I swear to all that is holy, it's no joke. They're all over the place. But I have big goals for Rasslin Rage, big goals, and I can't tell you them all because the small goals lead to the big goals, and if I tell you the big goals, then little goals don't mean anything, and I have to keep them meaning something so that I can get to the big goals. But there's a lot of small things that I need to get done that I'm looking to do to get to certain places. And one of those goals that I had before was more interviews, and I'm doing that, more interviews, and I want to do even more. And the goal, the short-term goal, or actually the long-term goal, based on that, is to have enough interviews recorded and edited so that they're all uploaded and ready to go a month in advance on YouTube, so that I have a grace period of time so that I can really focus on video editing and quality of video. That's what I want to do. I want to try to make things even better. You know, I got to take the things and make them better. Everything that I do has to get better, right? Or else you're just stagnant and nothing happens. So that's one of the goals going forward, so that I can do that. And I really want to really work on learning Adobe Premiere. I think it's Adobe Premiere. That's what it is for the video. I really want to start, and that will help me do that because I'm not able to, I'm not going to say can't, I'm not able to work on video editing and learn at the same time when I have deadlines. Does that make sense? If I have less of a deadline, it'll be easier for me to learn. Let's put it that way. All right. That's just me. Now, I'm perfectly okay with the rate of growth that Rasslin Rage has seen over this year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is now. It's been a while. I don't even know. I'd have to go back and look at the date. I don't keep track. I tend not to try to keep track of those things because I just want to keep looking forward and go forward. I do go back to look at things to make myself better, but I don't look at the things to go like, okay, I don't know, like accomplishments, I guess you could say. But one thing I will say that I find that is unique, that I think is unique about Rasslin Rage, is that everybody that watches Rasslin Rage, or have been a part, or been on the show, or what have you, you've watched Rasslin Rage evolve. It started out as an idea, and it went from there. And here it is today, bigger, badder, and it's only going to get bigger and badder. And that's just the way it's going to be. There is no ands, ifs, ors about it. That's my way I'm going to do it, and that's the way I'm going to keep doing it going forward. And I'm just going to keep going. There's been hurdles through it all, and I've just kept going through them. So we'll keep doing that. I do want to say that I am highly I am highly appreciative of everybody that supports this show. I have put everything into it, and it means everything to me. And I thank you so much. I really do. So, anyways, moving on. I apologize. I do want to get on the road more and go to more shows. And I actually want to do more on-the-road interviews with guys and girls where we sit down in the side of the ring. Definitely want to do that. Like I talked about, I want to work on having the channel prepped for a month so it gives me more time to work on more things for the channel. And, of course, the studio is always a work in progress, and it's almost stressful that it's such a work in progress, but it's always evolving, and it's going to have to evolve again. And I just kind of got doing it, and I got discouraged and stopped for a minute, but it does need to get done. So there's that. And there's plenty of other things that are going to lead to the bigger things, like I said. And I don't foresee a lot of questions tonight, and I'm going to cut this show a little bit early. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be as long as it was, so I'm not even going to hit the legit wrestling questions intro. But I will say this, you guys, there's t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/WrestlingRage. Next week, there's a match with Logan and MM3. That's on Monday. And then the interview with Frogun. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already, of course. And always head on over to Facebook and check out the stuff that's going on over there. And if you see me out and about, say, hey, what's up? And, hey, listen, I got these cool trading cards now. Let me go right here. There you go. They're cool, right? Hey, I'm not charging. If you want one, you can have one. Just ask for it, dude. Here you go, right? Have one of those. Or you can get one of those. Cool stuff. But anyways, check you guys later. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you again next week.
We are the Death Road Army. Vehicle City villain Aaron Orion.
Black Diamond Jack Price.
The Wild Child Jody Threat.
And weaponized Alex Weir. And you're watching Rasslin Rage live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on YouTube.